Hey there, everybody. Welcome to our first discussion of Survivor Season 41. It's coming. It's just we don't know when. Usually when we do these videos after the finale, we have a good idea as to what the next season is going to be, or at the very least, some ridiculous title like Heroes versus Healers versus Hustlers. Please never make a title that long ever again.
Yeah,
but no, we usually have information. Probst didn't have anything for us. It was basically like when a tribe loses, he's like, I got nothing for you. You got to head back to camp. He's got nothing for us.
He's just sad Jeff in the garage with nothing for us.
We're all sad about it. It's for very understandable reasons. Obviously, they were supposed to have started everything a long time before now, but it's not happening. We'll take you through in this video, though, some of what we think could be going on with the future of Survivor, when maybe it could start filming, when to expect it. But we'll talk a little bit about just some general things that maybe we want to see and some ideas from this season, whether or not those could be incorporated moving forward. Before we dive in, though, if you guys do like this video, be sure to give us a like, subscribe, hit that notification bell. If you missed it, we already have gone through everything in this joyous finale. Tony, two-time winner, Tony, and over the next few days, best player ever rankings. That's happening. Season rankings. Comments are going to be interesting on these videos. I can predict this already.
Yeah, they will be.
The disagreements are coming. Bring me your fire.
We're here for it.
Okay, well, anyway, let's talk about 41. So, the thing is, I don't foresee it happening this year, at least in terms of it airing this year.
No, probably not. Things are still too unstable out there. Nobody knows what's happening. Nobody knows when things are going to be able to get back into production, open up. I mean, my dentist is just opening up next week. We don't really know what's going on in the world right now.
No.
Let alone when are we going to be able to fly people out somewhere else? Travel is pretty much a big no right now. So
yeah, unless they want to do something extremely local, like Survivor Catalina Island at some point over the next several months. And and even with that, it's just, even if you did something local, there's still a million different issues that go along with something like that, because you're not only having to fly over the cast, you're having to fly over the crew, and then you're going to have to find a way to sort of separate the crew from the outside world. You got to figure out a solution with testing, and that's just not something that's feasible at this point. It is just so many different boxes to check logistically. It's a nightmare to sort of think about right now, and I want Survivor back soon. Don't get me wrong. I think we all do. But it's got to be back safely, because if it's not, we may never have Survivor again. And that's something that I do not want to see. So, patience.
yeah, I think we're probably not going to see anything until next year.
Yeah, I think
for it to really be safe, I mean, they would need to be able to have testing for everyone, and there's already not testing for everyone in general. So to have it just for Survivor is not gonna be a thing.
No.
So we have a way to go, but it's going to be back.
Yes, that's the thing that gives me hope. The CBS put up a graphic back when they renewed a lot of their shows for the 2020-21 season, and Survivor was a graphic on there. So I think they're clearly planning to have it on the air at some point, whether it be, well, probably not in the fall, but probably early next year, spring. I'm sure they will figure it out in some shape or form.
Yeah.
There's just, I'm still not giving up hope for Big Brother, just because Big Brother is local. There's a lot of other different things that could be done with that, but I don't think that's going to be anytime soon either. But
no,
we will have more news about that as we start to hear it, because now we got to think about, okay, what do we actually want when Survivor comes back? Let's make this clear first and foremost. I think we're on the same page here. You can tell me if I'm wrong. We do not want 20 more returning players coming back.
All new players, please. I really enjoyed this season. I had a lot of fun with all the returnees and seeing all the winners and seeing them all duke it out. But there's something really cool and interesting and just fascinating about seeing new people come into this game for the first time. People who are super fans, people who don't know the game that well, and sort of see how they adapt and play and different things that they're doing. That's how we discover new sort of Tonys or Robs or Parvs or all kinds of different people, right? Like, it's time to have some new people come in. And for me, I mean all new people. I don't want to see it be a split cast. I don't want to see mentors coming back. I just want a fresh faces, all faces, brand new.
And I land in the same page. I mean, if somebody did come to me and they were like, we're going to do Island of the Idols again and we're going to have Tony and Parvati be mentors, there will be a part of me, I don't know if it's a healthy part of me, that will be like, oh my gosh, you're telling me I get to see Tony almost kill himself on Island of the Idols trying to build a mentor to Tony's giant stone face over there?
Okay, listen. I would like to see something like that. I'd love to see Yule come back and be like an Island of the Idols, but not next season.
We can take a break.
Yeah, I need a break. I need fresh faces. I want to get to know some new people.
Yeah, and even on Island of the Idols, you do spend time with like Boston Rob and Sander. They got a ton of screen time, and some of my favorite Survivor seasons. Cagayan, Tony's first season, not a season dominated by returnees. So yeah. Let's get in new people. My feeling on returnees is kind of like this. Maybe like 2 out of every 10 seasons you can do returning players. Maybe you do a second chance in like 44, 45. You can give us a public vote. We can vote for our faces and then our favorites, and then I'll fight with each other when certain ones don't get in.
Yeah, I think after having it be all winners like this and having like the best of the best there, we need to have nobody come back.
All right, well, let's talk about some of the twists we saw this season, because I will tell you my nightmare scenario, and I've hinted at this here and there, is that Probst sometimes gets a little bit of tunnel vision, or he listens to like a couple of his celebrity friends, and what I'm really worried about is insert celebrity friend here is going to call up Probst and be like, Jeff, I really, really love...
What celebrity is this?
I don't really know. I think there's like an amalgamation. I'm not saying all of my impressions are good. I'm too much in post-Tony winning elation. Maybe I'll just do the Eeyore again. Hey, Jeff, it's your friend Eeyore. No, it'd be like, somebody's going to tell him, I loved Edge of Extinction this time, Jeff, but... don't listen to this, Probst. They liked it because Boston Rob and Parvati were there. Don't just bring it back for, like, newbies who we may hate everyone who gets voted off on the newbie season. We may want to spend 0 time with them at all.
Yeah, that's the thing about Edge. I mean, it really worked this season because all these huge players were all getting voted off, and people that we've all watched over the years and loved and wanted to see play again, and having them over at Edge still kept them in the game for us, where it's not like, oh man, Rob is gone, Parv is gone, and Yule is gone, and then we just don't get to see them again. And so this was a good way to work that. But yeah, all fresh faces. We don't need to see them over on Edge. They can go, and then they're gone.
That is the beauty of Survivor. It is the longing of like, oh, this person's really gone, and I'm not going to be able to see them again. I know I'm referencing Beauty and the Geek a lot tonight, but on my season of Beauty and the Geek, that was when somebody got eliminated. It was sad because you didn't know if you were going to see them again, and I think
and now you and Jason are best friends.
Yeah, now
10 years later.
Yeah, we are the lucky ones. But it is one of those things where I think as viewers we all need to sort of feel a little bit of that. Where if we start to feel like we're friends with somebody on the show and they get voted off, then it's like, oh, I don't get to see them anymore. You need the emotional journey. Fire tokens. Thumbs up or thumbs down on having this be a part of the show again. This one's trickier to me.
Yeah, I just think that parts of it just didn't really work that well. At the beginning, it kind of made some sense. I like that there was kind of a currency. It was interesting to see them buy the peanut butter and have the peanut butter as helpful and all that sort of stuff. And that was interesting. And then it started to get into... 6 tokens for extortion and 8 tokens for other nonsense. And it was just getting really weird. And then Natalie sitting on like a whole hill of fire tokens at the edge. She has so many, she doesn't even know what to do with them anymore. I think they just kind of have to find a way to make them actually worth more, if that makes any sense, because they just didn't feel, besides the peanut butter, which I think was the big winner of the season, they need to be worth more than I'm extorting 6 tokens out of you. As fun as it was to watch, it was, what is the point of these tokens?
I have spent a lot of time trying to think about, okay, how can you make fire tokens happen without Edge of Extinction being a part of it? And how do you make them matter so that you get fire tokens and you actually can use them on something good? But then I sort of kind of started to run into this problem of, what if it was sort of like, for 3 tokens you get an immunity idol, and somebody is ready to go and get an immunity idol, and they give their 3 tokens up, and then production is like, no, sorry, somebody else has already claimed this immunity idol, and then you know who else had fire tokens, so you're able to figure out who else got the immunity idol, and then it kind of ruins a part of it. I don't know really how to do it. I just wish that if they did something like this, make the end of it matter, and not just like, well, the fire tokens are going away now, goodbye.
Yeah, and I also think that there needs to be proper value weighted to them, because buying, like you said, like an idol for 2 or 3 fire tokens, but then you're gonna buy something that gives you a disadvantage to give to somebody else for 8 tokens. Like, the value needs to be there. 4 tokens for a flip of a coin. I want them to actually have value. That way people are really fighting for them. So, because they matter. So if you're going to get an idol, you need to pay for that idol. So people are really competing to get that.
Yeah, I don't necessarily think that fire tokens are dead or it's impossible to make them work. We did see some interesting applications throughout the season, but I think it does still need some retooling. I wish they did not use an all-winter season to do an experiment on something that has never been a part of the game before. I think in the end, give us a few idols here and there. Don't give us a million different advantages. Cast some fun people, and guess what? We're going to be happy. We're going to be smiling because we will be enjoying Survivor for what it is.
Yes.
Unfortunately, we will not be doing that for a while, but the moment we
Why
hear more...
Why you gotta say that?
I know.
We're all excited, and then...
I get it. It's tough. It's so bittersweet tonight, because I want to be overjoyed that one of my favorite Survivor players of all time is a 2-time winner, and I'm thrilled for him, and I love Tony, but it is sort of this, now what do we do?
There's just this big, long wait into the void.
Yeah, like, do we just, like, pretend to play Survivor here? But then it's like...
Oh, no, I'm not participating in that.
Yeah, I know. And then it's kind of like, then I'm going to have to, like...
come in, you're going to have a spy shack behind the couch, and I'm going to be like, and where is Matt?
Me and the cat are going to try to form an alliance.
What is happening here?
It's going to get very dark here. But ultimately, we will be here every step of the way. Once there's more news, we'll have it for you. And like we said earlier, lots of great content coming on Survivor still. We're not finished. But what do you guys want to see on 41? Let us know in the comments. And if you do like this video, give us a like, subscribe, and you can support us further by checking the link in the description to the store. And we'll see you here next time.